Welcome to my channel Chem Insider. In today's video, we will be discussing about preparation of ketone. In the previous video lecture, we discussed about preparation of aldehydes, where we used several methods from the previous year chapters and several other methods from the home chapter. For the preparation of ketones, we have three particular processes. One which we have discussed in the previous video itself, that is by oxidizing or using certain oxidizing agents on secondary alcohol. Now, the three simpler methods which can be used for the preparation of ketones in this particular chapter are: first, we are going to treat acyl chlorides with alkyl cadmiums, and then we'll be treating Grignard reagents, which on further hydrolysis gives us ketone, and then is the Friedel-Crafts acylation. So now, preparation of ketones. Preparation of ketones. Out of that, first one, using acyl chlorides. Using acyl chlorides. When you treat acyl chlorides with dialkyl cadmium, they yield us ketone. Here, what we have to know here is the dialkyl cadmiums are hard to prepare and it is hard to store for a longer duration. Therefore, they have to be prepared at that particular instant using Grignard reagent. So, dialkyl cadmiums are to be prepared only when they have to be used for the particular reaction. They can't be used, prepared and stored for a longer duration. So, when you treat cadmium chloride with Grignard reagent, we'll be preparing respective dialkyl cadmium, which dialkyl cadmium on treating with acyl chloride will be yielding us our ketone. So, the reaction takes place like this. First, we need to treat a desired alkane group which have to be formed in the given prepared ketone. So, if you have to form alkyl ketone, then you can use alkyl magnesium halide. If you have to prepare aryl ketone, then you can use aryl magnesium ketone. So, when you use alkyl magnesium halide, that is nothing but the Grignard reagent, with cadmium chloride, we will be preparing alkyl cadmium, that is the dialkyl cadmium, R2CD, the two molecules of MgX2, MgXCl. So, this is the preparation of dialkyl cadmium. Once this dialkyl cadmium is treated with acyl chloride, that is RCOCl, when you treat acyl chloride with dialkyl cadmium, they yield us two molecules of ketone, R, C double bond O, R prime, okay, along with the formation of cadmium chloride. So this is the first preparation method for the ketone using acyl chloride. So when you treat acyl chlorides with dialkyl cadmium, where the dialkyl cadmium has to be prepared at a particular instant as it is hard to store for a longer duration. Therefore, when Grignard reagent is treated with cadmium chloride, they yield us dialkyl cadmium, which on treating with acyl chloride will be yielding us our desired keto group. For example, let us consider two examples, one in which we are preparing alkyl ketone and the other one will be preparing aryl ketone. So now, in this case, if you treat CH3COCl with CH3 twice cadmium, dimethyl cadmium, we will be preparing acetone, CH3, C double bond O, CH3, two molecules of acetone, along with the formation of cadmium chloride. And in the same way, when you treat CH3, C double bond O, Cl with C6H5 twice CD, C6H5 twice CD, will be preparing CH3, C double bond O, C6H5 along with cadmium chloride. So, it can be the example. That is, when you treat ethanol chloride Okay, when you treat ethanol chloride with dimethyl cadmium, we will be preparing acetone. When you treat ethanol chloride with diphenyl cadmium, we will be preparing acetophenone. So the reaction takes place as when you are preparing alkyl cadmium, first you need to react alkyl magnesium bromide or alkyl magnesium halide with cadmium chloride to prepare the respective alkyl cadmium. That particular alkyl cadmium, when treated with acyl chloride, will be giving us a desired keto group. Okay, this is the first type of preparation of ketone. Next, when you treat benzene, that is the Friedel-Crafts acylation. So, a second method using acyl chlorides. When you treat benzene with acyl chlorides, we can say that when you treat acyl chlorides with benzene or substituted benzene in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, that is nothing but the Friedel-Crafts reaction. Second one is the Friedel-Crafts acylation. Friedel-Crafts acylation. In the Friedel-Crafts acylation, when you treat benzene or substituted benzene with acyl chloride CH3C double bond O Cl in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, will be preparing acetophenone C double bond O CH3. If you are using benzene for this preparation, you will be obtaining just one type of product, this is acetophenone. If you are using a substituted benzene, then what happens is we will be obtaining mixture of two products. One is an ortho substituted and the para substituted products. If you are using just benzene for this acylation of Friedel-Crafts, you will be obtaining acetophenone. If you are using substituted benzene, then you will be obtaining the mixture of two products. One is an ortho product, one is a para product. Okay. So, what is the use of this particular reaction if we can prepare the same process, same particular compound using the other acyl chloride with alkyl cadmium? The thing is, when you treat alkyl cadmium, especially those of aryl cadmium, for preparation of ketones through acyl chloride, there is a steric hindrance happening for the reaction to take place. But in this case, there is no such type of steric hindrance or repulsion of molecules because of the bulkiness. Therefore, when you compare the alkyl cadmium process of preparation of aryl ketone or the Friedel-Crafts acylation formation of aryl ketone, this takes place a major preference because this reaction is a simple electrophilic substitution reaction. Whereas that you need to prepare alkyl cadmium first and then you need to treat them with the desired acyl chloride to form a respective ketone. Okay, so therefore Friedel-Crafts acylation for the preparation of aryl ketones is more favorable when compared to the other process. Okay, this is the process of preparation of ketones through Friedel-Crafts acylation. Next is the third step, that is the last process of preparation, that is using alkane nitriles. Yes, we prepared aldehydes using alkane nitriles, using a respective alkane nitrile, treating them with respective different types of stannous chloride and HCl or reducing agents such as Diol H. Now, for the preparation of ketones from nitriles, preparation of ketones from nitriles. For the preparation of ketones from nitriles, what we are going to do is, in the preparation of aldehyde, we treated nitriles with reducing agents such as stannous chloride in presence of HCl, and then we continued them with the hydrolysis. But in this case, when you treat nitriles with Grignard reagent, and on further hydrolysis, they will be forming a respective ketone. Okay. In the previous case of aldehydes, we treated the reducing agents, we form a complex of imine, and then we hydrolyze those imines to form respective given aldehyde. Now, for the preparation of ketones from nitriles, what we are going to do is, we are going to treat RCH2 C triple bond N, that is nitriles with Grignard reagent R prime MgX. when you treat them with Grignard reagent, the alkyl group will be attacking the carbon atom, forming RCH2 Cr prime and a double bond N MgX. This will be the intermediate which is being formed. This is the intermediate which is formed, which on hydrolysis yields us keto group RCH2 C double bond O R prime along with the formation of alkyl ketone group. Okay, so this is the reaction for a preparation of ketone using nitriles. That is, when you treat nitriles with Grignard reagent, you will be forming a compound of RC double bond N intermediate, which on hydrolysis breaks this particular bond to form our desired ketone compound. Okay, for example, let us consider for the preparation of an aryl ketone and an alkyl ketone. If you treat CH3 CH2 C triple bond N with CH3 MgCl. If we treat CH3, that is propane nitrile, with methyl magnesium chloride, it will give us CH3 CH2 C double bond N MgCl and CH3. This on hydrolysis with H3O plus yields us CH3 CH2 C double bond O CH3. So this is 2-butanone. This is 2-butanone. This is the preparation for alkyl ketone. When you treat propane nitrile with alkyl magnesium chloride, it forms an intermediate which on hydrolysis yields us our desired ketone. If you clearly observe over here, the ketone formed will be having a more number of carbon atom when compared to the parent nitrile group. Next, for an example of aryl compound or aryl ketone, let us take C6H5 C triple bond N with CH3 MgBr. When you treat phenyl nitrane, that is benzoyl nitrile group, with CH3 MgCl, we get C6H5 C double bond N MgBr along with CH3, which on hydrolysis yields us C6H5 C double bond O CH3, that is acetophenol. So these are the methods of preparation of ketone through nitrile groups in the presence of alkyl magnesium halides, that is nothing but the Grignard reagent. So these are the preparation of ketones which we have to discuss in the particular syllabus of aldehydes and ketones chapter. Next is the physical properties of aldehydes and ketones. So when you compare aldehydes and ketones with those of the hydrocarbon, ethers and alcohols which have almost same molecular mass, what we observe is aldehydes and ketones have a slightly high boiling point when compared to their respective hydrocarbon and ether, but it will be having a low boiling point when compared to the respective alcohols. That is, aldehydes and ketones physical properties. Aldehydes and ketones, for the boiling point condition, the boiling point of aldehydes and ketones, is greater than ethers and hydrocarbons. It is greater than ethers and hydrocarbon, but it is much more less than alcohol. That is because when you compare aldehyde ketones, they won't have a higher extent of hydrogen bonding as in case of alcohol, but they do neither not at all have a hydrogen bonding, which we observe in case of ether and hydrocarbon. Ether and hydrocarbon does not have an hydrogen bonding possible in the intermolecules, whereas alcohol have a very high extent of hydrogen bonding. But in case of aldehydes and ketones, the extent of hydrogen bonding is somewhat intermediate between alcohol and ethers or hydrocarbons. Therefore, aldehydes and ketones are usually found to be having a optimum boiling point when compared to alcohols, ethers and hydrocarbons. Further, most of the initial aldehydes and ketones, that is the parent aldehydes and ketones of the primary members, are found to be liquid. That is, methanol is a gas, whereas ethanol is a volatile liquid. Ethanol is a volatile liquid. Except these two aldehyde groups, most of the aldehydes and ketones are usually solid or either liquid in the room temperature. And further, they have a boiling point when compared to ether and hydrocarbon more than that of those and less than that of the alcohol. And if you consider for the solubility of aldehydes and ketones, most of the primary aldehyde and keto groups exhibit certain hydrogen bonding. Like for example, if you consider methanol itself, CH3 C double bond O H. So these will be experiencing certain hydrogen bonding with the water molecule. Therefore, they are somewhat soluble in water. Aldehydes are somewhat soluble in water. But in case of ketones, what happens is, as the case of aldehydes and ketones both, primary aldehydes and ketones are somewhat soluble in water. But as the number of carbon atoms present on the carbonyl carbon increases, as the number of carbon atoms in the aldehydes and ketones increases, their solubility decreases because of the increase in hydrophobic part of carbon atoms. Okay, at the primary aldehydes and ketones are somewhat soluble in water, but greater the number of carbon atoms present in aldehydes and ketones, their solubility in water decreases rapidly. Okay, this is because the primary atoms will be having a smaller hydrophobic part, whereas the bulkier aldehyde or ketones will be having a large number of hydrophobic chains of carbon, which resulting in non-solubility towards the water molecule, and therefore the higher members of aldehydes and ketones will be soluble in benzene, ether or acetone, somewhat like that. Therefore, what we can clearly say is aldehydes and ketones don't have a very high extent of hydrogen bonding. It shows a very small extent of hydrogen bonding, that too in those cases which have a primary aldehyde and keto groups present in it. That is the primary members of the aldehydes and ketones. So this is all about the physical properties, that is the boiling point and physical point and the state. And further, what we have to remember over here is aldehydes and ketones have very good flavoring agent. That is because they have a very pleasant flavor in some of the aldehyde and ketone compounds. Therefore, what we do is, for example, if we consider vanillin, that is what we have found in the vanilla extract and in salicylic acids and camphors, what we observe is these aldehydes and ketones have a very good flavoring component. That is, they have very good smell, odor, which results them in using for several flavoring agent compounds. Okay, so they are usually liquid in normal state. They have a pleasant odor, hence they are used in flavoring agents. And further, they have a boiling point intermediate between alcohols and ethers, hydrocarbon, and their solubility is soluble in water in lower cases, that is primary aldehyde and ketones are soluble in water, whereas the higher aldehyde and ketone members are insoluble in water. They are somewhat soluble in the non-solvents such as non-polar solvents. Okay, this is all about the physical properties of aldehydes and ketones. In the next class, we will be discussing about the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones, and there are certain differences where we come across in case of chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones in some reactions. If you have understood this concept, please do subscribe to my channel and share this video among your friends. Thank you for watching.